This is Real Conversations with Volta Sports and Leadership Development Group. Real conversations are relevant topics of today that are engaging and challenge you to take action in your leadership through sports. Now, let's join Christian DeVries and Boyd Hamlin from the Volta team for today's Real Conversation.
Good morning, I am Christian and this is Boyd. We are so excited that you're here with us for our Real Conversations. Boyd, you and I were talking the other day about what we really wanted to accomplish with Real Conversations, and it was about helping coaches, administrators, parents, athletes engage in their leadership through sports. And so I thought it'd be important for us to start maybe our first real conversation with the idea of what is a coach. And I got a question for you. What do you think a coach is?
That is a very good question. I think that for lots of people, there's different definitions for what a coach means. You ask a little kid what a coach is, he's going to have a different answer than somebody who is at a college level. And so what I think would be helpful for folks today is that if we took the word coach and we made an acronym for it as a reminder of what a coach really is. And so if we can take the letters COACH and let's put a word to them that is a good reminder of what a coach is or what a coach ought to be, that might be very helpful. So I'm going to shoot one your direction first. What do you think that a coach is, starting with the letter C?
Whew. Hey, first of all, I love this idea, and you and I like to play with acronyms, and I think this is a great idea just to share with the people how you and I communicate, and we bounce ideas around, and we want to share with them our knowledge. Yeah. C, for me, it's change agent. I really believe that I've spent most of my career wanting to be a change agent, helping change the lives of every single athlete that came across my path. And so I really, when I think about what is a coach, the letter C, we're change agents. I'm going to throw the tough one at you because as you said this, I was thinking, I don't know where I would go with O. I know where I'd go with some of the other letters, but I wasn't sure where I'd go with O. I want to know what you come up with the letter O.
Oh, I like the letter O. 25 years of youth ministry has really been instrumental in the lives of young people with the little phrase that I kind of put together. I say it's mine. It could be somebody else's, but it's observation equals opportunity. And when a coach sees the skills and talents of a young person that young person may not see themselves, there is an opportunity to help advance them and push them in a direction that otherwise they might not have thought they could go. So I think that O should be observation equals opportunity for a coach.
I love that. I'm actually going to remember that one. I was writing that down as you were saying that, just to share with some of the young coaches I'm starting to mentor. So, as you were talking about observation, the word that popped into my head for A was accountability. And what do I mean by accountability? I believe that most coaches know they have to be accountable to the athletes, they have to be accountable to the administrators, they have to be accountable to the parents. I really believe they also need to be accountable to fans and how we treat the fans and what we respect out of the fans and what we actually ask the fans to do within the game. But the most important part of accountability for me is they should also be accountable to the game itself. As a coach, are you accountable to the game? Because if you're accountable to the game, then you're accountable to all the other constituents that come across the board.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. Hey, since I took the first C, I'm going to give you the second C.
Okay, I'll take it. I think the second C, when you think about it, it ought to be courage. A coach has to have courage. And the coach, not only does he have to have courage and stand by the decisions that he's made as a coach for the betterment of the entire team, but I think that he has to help instill courage in the lives of the players. He's going to, whatever the coach's background is, his role or her role as coach is, they're getting all kinds of kids from different backgrounds, different cultures, and they're going to have to teach them new habits that they've not experienced before, they've not embraced before. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of doubt, a lot of fear from that player. And they have to instill, as a coach, they have to instill that courage that if you just hang tight and work through this fear, potentially, courage will meet you and get you through to the other side. It's just a big word that I think holds a lot of value. So I would go with courage on that second C.
Hey, I love that. So we've talked about being a change agent. We've talked about observation equals opportunities, accountability, and courage. Let's wrap up this coach word with the final letter C, and let's talk about honesty. And for me, as a coach, I must be honest with myself about why I'm here and what I'm doing. I must be honest with my athletes at where they are in their development, in their game, and where we want them to go. I must be honest with the parents. And, I really just believe that honesty is the paramount to making you successful at being a coach. What do you think about that?
I think that's fantastic. I think that if the folks who've heard this, if they've written it down, that they could potentially share this with somebody else as an opportunity to teach what they're learning today as a result of what you and I are learning. And I think that what we've put together is absolutely valuable in what it means to be a coach.
Yeah, great. Hey, this has been Christian DeVries and Boyd Hamlin with Real Conversations. Wherever you are today, go achieve your peak performance.
See you next week.
This has been Real Conversations, brought to you by Volta Sports and Leadership Development Group, developers of the 5 Pursuits of Growth. You can find Volta on the web at www.voltacoach.com.